When Christians diss on a church with a gift shop and a coffee bar, but that low-key be my church.
So this is teaching for women. So let's talk about this, because the churches, they do make merchandise of his people. And what you're talking about is you're not seeing the full picture of it. Our Bibles tell us that in the end, this is what is prophesied, that there'll be a falling away first of the churches. So when you look that up in the Strongs, it means that they're going to go apostate. The Jeremiah 23 pastors are very real. Isaiah 28, there's no place clean. This is why Revelations 18 says, come out of her, my people. Come out of the churches and do not participate in their adulteries. Mom. The Bible says that in the times the people will not endure sound doctrine, and they will gather around themselves teachers having itching ears and say, do not preach to me hard things, preach to me smooth things, preach to me deceits. The Jeremiah 23 pastors who give you ear-tickling words and take your money, not giving you the true gospel that is going to teach you his righteousness for you to enter into life. Yeshua would 100% be coming and flipping tables over in the churches. They are 100% making merchandise of his people. They use... The sacrificial law has been nailed to the stake, but then yet they say that you have to tithe. 10%. Some pastors even look at people that don't tithe, make them feel guilty. This is the whole thing of making merchandise of his people. In the Bible, they have changed the word agape to charity.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe.
Pushing charity work.
See you soon.
In some churches, to give more to the church, to the community. When agape means love, Jehovah's love. 1 John chapter 5, for this is the love of God, to keep his commandments, and his commandments aren't grievous. The true gospel of the Bible is what was prophesied, what was testified of Yeshua. He told you to go look and search the scriptures in John chapter 5. Go search the scriptures, you'll find your salvation. It was what was testified of him. He tells you exactly where to look. He says, if you don't believe what Moses wrote of me, verse 46 and 47, you will not believe what I tell you. What was testified of Yeshua by Moses in Deuteronomy 18, that is that Jehovah would rise up a capital P prophet from amongst them of thy brethren, and the people would hearken unto him. He would give everything desired at Horeb, the 10 Commandments, Deuteronomy 4 and 5. Jehovah would put his words in that prophet's mouth and give them commandments. He would send them in my name, he says, Jehovah's name. And whoever doesn't listen to that prophet and what he commands, he's going to require it of the people. Deuteronomy 4 and 5 tells you what was desired at Horeb. It was the 10 Commandments. Deuteronomy chapter 4. Under the cloud, in the midst of the fire, they only heard a voice. They saw no similitude. And he declared unto them 10 commandments. and they were written on 2 tables of stone. Deuteronomy chapter 5 tells you that they made a covenant with Jehovah at Horeb, he didn't make a covenant with their fathers, but with them. He lists the 10 commandments in verse 22. He added no more, not to be confused with the handwriting of ordinances Moses wrote in the book after Horeb at Mount Sinai. For they only heard a voice, they saw no similitude, and he only gave the 10 commandments with his voice at Horeb. And then Moses went up on the mountain to Mount Sinai to receive the 2 tables of stone with the 10 commandments written by the finger of God. He was up there for 40 days and 40 nights. Exodus 32, they grew impatient and they transgressed with the calf. Deuteronomy 31, Moses wrote the law in a book until it was finished. As a witness against them, he instructed the Levites to place it in the side of the Ark of the Covenant. The 2 tables of stone with the 10 commandments written from the finger of God was placed inside of the Ark of the Covenant. Colossians 2, the handwriting of ordinances that was against them was nailed to the cross. Galatians 3:19, serve the law, the sacrificial law, the handwriting of ordinances that was against them, added to the covenants because of transgression until the seed should come, which the promise was made. What was prophesied, Moses wrote that he would refresh everything at Horeb, Acts 3, for this is the time of refreshing, verse 18 through 23. Therefore, be converted in the times of refreshing in the presence of the Lord. It quotes Deuteronomy 18. And whoever does not listen to that prophet and what he commands, he's going to require it of the people, and he's going to destroy those that don't listen. Matthew 22, verse 37 through 40 tells you his commandments to love God with all your heart, soul, and mind. 2 John chapter 1 tells you they are not new commandments, but ones from the beginning, to love one another and keep the commandments. Yeshua quoted verbatim Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 5. Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, with all thy might. Keep the commandments, the 10 commandments in your hearts, what they just received at Horeb in Deuteronomy chapter 5. Teach them to your children. It will be your righteousness. You'll find your eternal salvation was what was testified to him. His righteousness, your righteousness, the 10 commandments. His second commandment is Leviticus 19:15 through 18, to do no unrighteousness in judgment, but do righteous judgments. Judge by his righteousness, the 10 commandments. Do not be respecters of persons or you commit sin. The royal law in James chapter 2, verse 8 and 9. Rebuke your neighbor so they don't suffer sin upon them. Love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord. And with those 2 commandments, all the law and prophets hang on those 2 commandments. What is sin? It's the transgression of the law. That is why all the law hangs on those 2 commandments. He refreshed the 10 commandments. He ended sacrificial law. Your pastors are Brutus. They have not sought the Lord. They teach you commandments of men over commandments of Jehovah. Matthew 15. What they rebuked the Pharisees for. A man changed the Sabbath day, not Jehovah. Hebrews 4 tells you the day remains. For if Yeshua had given them rest, wouldn't he have spoken of another day? He never spoke of another day. And he was Lord of the Sabbath because he rose on the Sabbath. Daniel 9, he confirmed the covenants he was prophesied to refresh in Deuteronomy 18 with many for 1 week. Then he ceased sacrifice midweek. He gave them the sign of Jonah, that he would be in the earth 3 days and 3 nights. In Matthew 28, when the 2 Marys came, it was the end of Sabbath before the dawning of the first day of the week, and the angel rebuked them. He was already gone, like he said he would be. You cannot get 3 days and 3 nights from Friday nights to Sunday morning before the dawning of the first day of the week. His Sabbath is dawn Saturday to dawn Sunday. You're supposed